Are you thinking of moving to the Denver, Colorado area and wondering what are those things that you need to know? What are those things that locals know that they always forget to tell you when you first get here and you figure it out along the way? Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. I have 10 things to share with you that you should know prior to moving to Denver, Colorado. Now, I'm Kathy Hansen, a local area realtor. I'm also a suburban mom. I've raised all three of my kids right here in the suburbs of Denver. And today I am so excited to film this video because as you can see behind me, I'm not inside a model home. I'm not inside a new construction home. I am at Red Rocks Amphitheater. And I talk about this place a lot in my videos because it is a bucket list item. I'm also going to film from different spots of Red Rocks so you can see all that it has to offer, because not only is it an amphitheater, it has amazing views. There's amazing people watching that takes place here on Saturday and Sunday mornings. So many people come here and work out, and they do some crazy, incredible athletic things. So that's kind of fun. And then there's tons of hiking around this place. So I'm going to film this video from different spots. So stick around so you can see all of Red Rocks Amphitheater. And now there's tons of people here today. So you might see some of those people in the background too. Flipped the camera around. This is what's behind me. There's the lower parking lot to the amphitheater. It's not a super clear day today, so you can't really see downtown Denver there off in the distance. But on clear days, oh gosh, this view is incredible. But check this out. I don't know if you can see it because the sun. Now let's get into it. The first thing you need to know about living in the Denver metro area is the way or the direction your home faces. Well, that matters. Northern facing homes, their snow, the snow that falls there, tends to stay a little bit longer than homes that face south. Now, I wish somebody would have told this California girl when I moved here 18 years ago, but nobody did. So I have a northern facing home, and my driveway is about half the size of my neighbors who are across the street, and their driveway is clear of snow days before mine. I am out there shoveling snow way more than my neighbors ever do. Lucky them. Now, I wish somebody would have told me that before we moved here, that make sure you know what direction your home faces, because it does matter. Now, the second thing you need to know about living in Denver, Colorado is dogs. We love our dogs here in Denver. And according to a survey that was done by rover.com, Denver is one of the most dog-friendly cities in all of the country. So if you don't like dogs, well, Denver might not be the spot for you. But if you do, you'll be happy to hear that we take our dogs everywhere with us here. We take them to the grocery store. We take them out to eat. We go to restaurants with them. We take them to the school pickup and drop-off lines. They obviously go to the parks and hiking through all of this beautiful scenery that's around me. But we also have breweries that are dog friendly. So you can sit and have a beer and your dog gets to get out there and play with all of the other dogs in a free area. It's enclosed, but it's a free area where they get to run and play and you're right in there with them. So if you like dogs and you like beer, well, I've got the spot for you. Now, speaking of beer, Denver has a very big and popular craft beer scene. So think about it this way. What Napa Valley is to wine, Denver is to beer. We brew more beer in Denver than any other city in the country. And actually, there's about 150 different breweries alone right in the city of Denver. You can say craft beer is kind of an integral part of the Denver culture. Several different beer festivals here, including the Great American Beer Festival that was just held in September. It brings people here from all across the country. We have several brewery tours here where you can walk from brewery to brewery or bike from brewery to brewery. That's kind of fun too. And then while it's not craft beer, Denver, or Golden, Colorado, is home to the Coors Brewing Factory. So like they say, when the mountains turn blue, it's as cold as the Rockies. I moved to a different location. I am at one of the entrances to Red Rocks. So you can see this path here. if you come to Red Rocks for a concert, expect to do a lot of walking. That's just a part of it. But check out over here and all of these Red Rocks. Now, Red Rocks Amphitheater is up here to my left. Over here, you just get to see some of that beautiful natural scenery, and there's tons of hiking trails and stuff down there too. So let's get back into what we're here for. Number 4 is professional sports. Now, Denver is home to many different professional sporting teams. I believe there's 6, we're gonna count them out. So there is something for everyone here. Now, the good news is if sports are not your thing, well, there's lots of other things to do in Denver. But as far as professional sporting events go, we have the Denver Broncos for football. We have the Colorado Rockies for baseball. We have the Denver Nuggets for basketball, Colorado Avalanche for hockey, we have the Colorado Rapids for our professional soccer team, and the Colorado Mammoth, our professional lacrosse team. So you can find a sporting event year-round here in the Denver metro area. And if we're really lucky, you could happen to see the Broncos playing. If the Rockies make it to Rocktober, which is what we call the playoffs around here, and the Nuggets are playing, well, you can have all 3 of them in the same weekend right here in Denver. It gets crazy, but it's loads of fun. Lots of our professional sports teams are world champions as well. We've got the Avalanche, who's won the Stanley Cup, the Denver Nuggets, who are world champions, and we have the Broncos, who have won Super Bowls in the past. Maybe not right now, maybe not in 2023, but we are Super Bowl champions. So if sports your thing, well, we've got lots of it here in the Denver metro area. And while attending these sporting events in person is awesome, we have tons of breweries and different locations around the city where they'll put up big jumbotrons, and you could go out there and watch the games with your friends and not have to pay the prices of getting into the professional sporting events, or maybe you can't get tickets, or maybe you just want to be in a different environment. So we have lots of options here in the Denver metro area. The 5th thing is Red Rocks Amphitheater, and I'm gonna go up to the amphitheater and film some of this video up there. There's lots of people here today, so hopefully I'll be able to do it. But Red Rocks Amphitheater is definitely a bucket list item as concert venues go. You need to come and see a concert here. If music's not your thing, well, they also do movies on the rocks during the summer months, and that is loads of fun as well. So I'm going to show you some of Red Rocks Amphitheater and what the theater looks like a little bit later in this video, so make sure you stick around. Now, the other cool thing about Red Rocks Amphitheater is lots of local high schools do their high school graduations here at Red Rocks. So that is super cool for the kids. And one thing that I think is awesome is there is a secret tunnel that gets from backstage, I guess, up to the amphitheater where all of the artists pass through. And anybody who performs here at the amphitheater, they get to sign those tunnel walls. So if your kid sings at their high school graduation, or if they perform at the high school graduation, well, they get to sign those walls too. And those walls are signed by some of the greatest artists of all times. Now, the other thing I would love to ask is if you find this information valuable, would you hit that like button? It helps other people locate this information as well. And if you want to be notified when I post future videos, I do every Tuesday about what it's like to live, work, and play right here in Denver. And every other Friday is a new construction home tour. Well, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. Now, the 6th thing is the Parks and Trails system here in the Denver metro area. The city of Denver alone has over 250 urban parks. Now, that doesn't include all of the parks that are in the suburbs, that are in the suburban areas. It doesn't include the state parks or the national parks. So we have a huge parks and trails system here in the Denver metro area. Now, many of the bigger parks, like Wash Park in Denver, they have volleyball courts. Some of them have lakes right in the park. They have pickup basketball games. Other parks have amazing playgrounds. Some of them have amphitheaters where they do concerts in the parks and bring food trucks in and do events and activities like 4th of July fireworks and things like that. There's always people picnicking at the parks, And of course, our dogs are there too. Now we have lots of state parks that also have lakes where you could take your boats out. They have horseback riding, they have archery. There's tons of things to do through our parks and trails system here in the Denver metro area. Now here it is, Red Rocks Amphitheater. And on a really clear day, you can see all of the town and city back that way. But today's kind of hazy. So let me just show you around. There's a lot of people here. I'm here Tuesday at about 11 a.m. and you'll see how many people are here checking things out. And you'll see why. There's all the Red Rocks. I don't even know if I can zoom out far enough. It's pretty cool. There's the stage. Okay, so let's get back into it. We are on number 7, and that is our art scene here in the Denver area. Now we have tons of art scene all around the city and the metro area. We get Broadway shows, we get plays, we get ballets that all takes place at the Denver Performing Arts Center. But not only that, we have lots of art galleries. And some of those art galleries, well, there's one that's real close to downtown Denver that does a First Friday. And you can walk around the art galleries there. They close off the street. They bring in food trucks. They have drinks. Loads of fun. Now we also have street art here in Denver, and I'm not talking the illegal stuff, but we have some really cool murals that are on restaurants or market areas or bars, and those are fun to go around and check out throughout the Denver metro area as well. And then we also have a chalk art festival, and that is amazing. And then lastly, we get lots of the big name artists that come here to perform. You get some of them here at Red Rocks. Red Rocks seats, 15,000 people. So once they get bigger than that, then they go to the big stadiums or the ball arena or where the Rockies play or the Broncos play. So it's kind of cool to see that art scene as well. And if I didn't mention earlier, well, the sunsets from Rockies Stadium are incredible. That should also be a bucket list item. Now, number 8 that I get asked all the time is about marijuana. Yes, we have marijuana here. Yes, it's legal here, but it is not intrusive. So there are some areas that have more dispensaries than others. There are some cities that have outlawed or banned dispensaries in their cities. So depending on if that's your thing or not, or you don't want to be around it, well, then you just find an area that doesn't have dispensaries, because there are places that have more than others. Will you occasionally get a whiff of it? Sure, especially if you're at places like this, at Red Rocks, at a concert, things like that. But it's not intrusive. It's not a part of your everyday life if you don't want it to be. Now you can see I'm off on one of the trails that surrounds Red Rocks. So take a look here. Lots of hiking trails, super cool area. Let's get back into what you came for, the information that you should know about living here in Denver. Now we're on number 9, and number 9 is the 4-season climate that we have here. And this is one of my favorite. It is so cool to see every couple months the seasons change. Now, a lot of people say we have 300 days of sunshine here in the Denver metro area. Some people will argue it's about 240. No matter what it is, we get a lot of days of sunshine here in Colorado, even in the winter months. So in the winter, does it snow? We get lots of snow, yes. But because we have so many sunny days, that snow melts really quickly. Now we do get snow all winter long that lasts on the grassy areas. But the streets, the walkways, we get a hard snow, might last for a day or two. A lot of times it melts that afternoon, so it's really not that bad. And just when you're tired of the winter months, well, guess what? Those daffodils start to bloom, they start to come up, and spring is here and we start to warm up. And spring in Colorado is amazing to see all of the flowers, all of the trees that have gone dormant all winter begin to bloom, begin to pop up. It's rather incredible. Now, our summer months here, we do get lots of 100-degree days. And you do need air conditioning now. It used to be that you didn't, but now it's really hard to live without air conditioning here in the Denver metro area. But those 100-degree days, well, they're not that bad either because our climate is so dry here. And then when you're tired of 100-degree days, we get into fall. And that's what we're in now. Let me turn around and show you. You can see a tree that's right in front of me. It hasn't changed a ton yet, but there's lots of green and lots of yellow leaves. So let me show that to you. It's hard to see it, but it's green and yellow. And the fall season here, we get some incredible colors in our trees. Fall is one of my favorite seasons because you get those beautiful colors, you get to pull out the flannels, and of course, football is on. And number 10 is the Rocky Mountains. Now we are at the base of the Rocky Mountains right now. I am in the foothills here, and it's the gateway to the Rocky Mountains. Now, if you wanted to get up to the big ski towns, you're about an hour and a half to 2 hours away, just depending on what side of the Denver metro area you're coming from, but you definitely can go up for a day of skiing and make it back that evening. Now, the wonderful thing about the Denver metro area is you get gorgeous views of the Rocky Mountains from pretty much anywhere in Denver. Now, obviously, the farther out you go from the foothills, you get to see those big Rocky Mountains. So in your day-to-day driving, it is incredible. Now, the other part about the Rocky Mountains is you never get lost here. The Rocky Mountains are always to the west. So if you don't know where you're headed or you don't know which direction you're facing, just look for the mountains and you know that's west. So that's a good thing for somebody moving here from out of state and not knowing the area and the geography and where you're at. Look for those mountains. They're always on the west side. Now with the Rocky Mountains, obviously comes some altitude. So the Denver metro area sits at about 5,280 feet in altitude. 5280 is a mile long, which is how we got our name, the Mile High City. But with that, you are at altitude. So if you're used to living at sea level and you come to the Denver metro area, you're gonna feel it. And then if you go up to the ski towns and you're up into the mountains, you could be double that in altitude. So here, whether in the metro area or you're up in the mountains, we always recommend 1, lots of water because you're gonna feel it, and altitude sickness is a very real thing, and 2, tons of sunscreen. We're a mile closer to the sun than people who live at sea level. Now there you have it, 10 things that I wish I had known when I first moved out here to the Denver metro area. So I hope you found this information valuable, and if you did, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more of my videos, well, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because I post a video every Tuesday about what it's like to live, work, and play right here in the Denver metro area, and every other Friday is a new construction home tour. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Now, my name is Kathy Hansen. I'm a local area realtor. I'm also a suburban mom. And if I can help you with any of your real estate needs here in the Denver metro area, I would love to do that. I'm the one that answers the phone, the texts, or the emails. All of my contact information is below in the details section and the comment section. I hope you enjoyed this tour of Red Rocks Amphitheater, and I hope you got some valuable information out of it. And I will see you on the next video.